He spent all his savings to buy a new house. Unexpectedly, a low growl suddenly came from inside the house. Only then did Benjamin realize that this was no ordinary residence at all, but a private zoo on the brink of bankruptcy. What made things even more difficult was that buying the house meant he had to take over the operation and care of the zoo as well. There were 47 species of animals here, including 7 endangered ones. Faced with such huge responsibility and risk, Benjamin refused the offer on the spot. But just as he turned to leave, he found his daughter Rosie was gone. Benjamin panicked instantly. He hurriedly searched everywhere in the park for his daughter. When he climbed up a small slope, the sight in front of him left him completely stunned. His autistic daughter was actually talking softly to a peacock. He thought it was some kind of sign and tried to tease her, saying, they're gonna get all your crackers. His daughter didn't care at all and even gave Benjamin a bright smile. At that moment, he realized that some things were far more precious than money and material possessions, so he made a bold decision. He would buy this abandoned zoo and give his daughter a childhood full of love and miracles. But when Benjamin told his brother about the plan, his brother thought he was completely crazy. The zoo had long been bankrupt, covering an area equal to 18 football fields, with more than 50 kinds of animals inside. Worse still, the villa and the zoo were sold as a package. To buy the house, Benjamin had to take over all the animals and staff together. With his limited savings, he might not even be able to afford the animals' food, but Benjamin was very optimistic. He believed the zoo's main income came during the summer tourist season. If he could finish the repairs and reopen within 5 months, it would not only avoid losses but even bring considerable profits. He told his son Dylan about the decision, and Dylan strongly opposed moving. He didn't want to leave his classmates and friends, let alone live in an abandoned zoo. In contrast, his younger sister could hardly hide her excitement. Faced with all the objections, Benjamin's determination only grew stronger. Rather than letting his family continue to drown in sorrow, he preferred to bet everything on an uncertain future. Benjamin had originally been the host of a famous adventure show. He had calmly walked into the eye of a Category 4 hurricane and traveled around the world for explorations, but his wife's sudden death forced him to give up everything. He became a full-time father, taking care of the children's daily lives while constantly worrying about their fragile mental states. After losing their mother, his daughter fell almost completely silent. Dylan, on the other hand, was swallowed by grief, hiding his pain behind rebellion and becoming a well-known troublemaker at school. After 3 violations, the principal finally expelled him and seriously warned Benjamin that Dylan's mental state was far more worrying than the expulsion itself. Benjamin knew that if things didn't change, their lives would be completely swallowed by darkness, so he became even more determined to move. On moving day, Benjamin and his daughter packed their bags carefully. Deep inside the closet, he found an old hoodie his wife had once worn. Although the clothes were worn out, the father and daughter still decided to take it with them, as if his wife could stay by their side this way. On the way to the zoo, Dylan kept his headphones on and refused to communicate. When the car passed the cafe where Benjamin first met his wife, he seemed to see his late wife again, giving him an approving look as if encouraging him to move forward firmly toward a new life. When they arrived at the zoo, a banner hung at the gate, "Welcome, brave new owner." Through the window, Dylan noticed a blonde girl smiling at him. For the first time in a long while, his heart was gently touched. Kelly, the head zookeeper, welcomed him warmly and introduced the remaining 5 staff members. They truly loved animals, so even though they hadn't been paid for months, they still chose to stay. Among them, her cousin Lily stood out. She was only 13 but already taller than 15-year-old Dylan. Maybe because they were close in age, she secretly glanced at Dylan, making the shy boy feel uncomfortable. Kelly briefly told Benjamin about the zoo's current situation. An elderly Bengal tiger was in poor health and needed a specialist